How do you like me now? I reached out to Richard yesterday or the day before and didn't hear anything, and I thought that we were still on, but I didn't talk to Richard this morning, and I said, hey, what's up? I didn't hear from you, and he says, well, that's because I rewrote the speech at 7 o'clock last night, which I think that all of us should get to that level where we feel comfortable in writing a speech that we're going to give the next day, because in the real world that happens. And I congratulate you, Richard, on being so comfortable and poised and ready to go up here and with a speech that you didn't really have time to practice, because if you just worked on it last night. There are a couple of things that I thought about that I'd like to run through, but one of the things that you wanted me to look at was hand gestures, and I think that your gesturing when it was purposeful, like when you were doing the YMCA, was really good. Otherwise, I was watching back and forth like this, and I think I think we all have a kind of a standard position, and I think that's yours. And I would try to either put your hands down to your side, gesture with one hand, but work in front of a mirror more when you have more time to practice your speech. Speechcraft is trying to follow it all the way through. You started out by words matter, and you talked a little bit about words. Then you talked about the dancing. Then you talked about the confrontation. I think that I would have liked to have seen one central story, and it's not about dancing as I saw it. It's about the confrontation. If you started the speech, as an example, with the night that, and you're telling us the story about the night that you owned the dance floor. And this is the night where you're on top of the world and you're dancing with all these people and you get a tug on your arm. Then go back in retrospective and say, flashback a year earlier when I was told I can't dance. And then work forward from that central premise of that confrontation. I thought, rather than it just kind of went, I think that central focus would have been much more impactful. The other thing is, divorce is an emotionally charged word that's tricky at best and dangerous at worst. And I think everybody here has their own charge, emotional charge, when it comes to the word divorce. And so I think that you need to use the topic, like if you were going to get up here and talk about abortion or Christianity versus whatever, or those are the kinds of things that we have to be much more careful with, and watch your humor related to that topic, because it won't always have the result that you want. You know, great speech, especially on short notice. Look forward to the next one.